In my 30th episode, I've talked about the first season of the series, how they explained the origin of the TMNT, Shredder, Splinter, Krang, introduced new characters, how the Turtles met April, etc. Now in part 2, I talk about the abysmal Season 2, and I sincerely do not want to talk about it. But come on, the show just barely got started, so how bad can this season be? Let's find out, shall we, folks? You've gotta be kidding me, right? Seriously, what the hell is this? This isn't what Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is supposed to be. TMNT is supposed to be an action-oriented animated series, not a fucking comedy series. I mean...
Is this some sort of joke?
Tell me about it. Now, looking back at the first season, it had some top-notch shit, as in awesomeness. Really good animation, which is surprisingly well animated, that is. I love the story. It felt just like a story. And the characters, I absolutely love how they acted. That, ladies and gentle Turtle fans, are the three things Season 1 had. But what does this abomination have? None of that, and it doesn't appeal to my interest. When I saw Season 2 in 1988, I was excited this season would be as awesome like Season 1, and things would get better. But no, it just fell onto me like a ton of frickin' bricks. It felt like my mind was playing tricks on me, and they decided to make this show into a complete and utter joke. The animation looks relatively dead, the art style and colorization, just looking at them makes my eyes burn. The characters' personalities and the characters themselves, well, that's a different story. Oh, and believe me, things can get worse, folks. Bebop and Rocksteady from the first season were badass, violent, more aggressive, plus they had such great strength and power. In Season 2, they're annoying, downright retarded, worthless, and to top that off, cowards! I rest my case. Not only that, they also made Shredder into a joke.
What? What did you say?
That's right, they turned one of the best villains from the comics a total joke. As in being an idiot, a wimp, a pussy, a complete fool, and... holy shit, I can go on if I want to. Not to mention the plots were weak, stupid, and crappy. Also, the voices sounded high-pitched and makes my ears bleed. Plus, everything looks goofy, and the Turtles don't use their weapons that much.
Hey!
Well, it's true.
Sellouts.
And to top that off, the episodes were badly written, and believe me, I've seen shows that have episodes being badly written as of Super Mario Bros. Super Show. However, when I saw the first episode of Season 2, it makes me wonder as if the writers never saw Shredder as Splinter from Season 1, where Rocksteady and Bebop got stuck in cement due to their lost battle against the Turtles. In this episode, they just somehow teleported to Dimension X, which doesn't make any legit sense! Now that I've wrapped up the inconsistencies, let's talk about a couple of episodes. Return of the Shredder. In this episode, Shredder came back from Dimension X to defeat the Turtles and Splinter, and takes over a dojo called Slash for Cash, and forms a team called the Crooked Ninja Turtle Gang by simply dressing themselves as the Turtles, and frame them so that the citizens think they're criminals. Yeah, that's a good idea, Shredhead, having your own team of turtle imposters.
You call that a plan?
What he said. All I can say, there's absolutely nothing appealing about this episode. At least it features the appearance of Irma Langenstein. Yeah, that's what her last name is, folks, which sounds German. I do have to say, I absolutely love Irma. Not only April, but Irma as well. So yeah, I love the two.
Who cares?
Overall, this is the weakest episode to start off Season 2. By the way, the voice of the dojo leader is provided by Peter Cullen, who did Optimus Prime on Transformers and Murky from Rainbow Bright. Yes, Pat Fraley did the voice of Lurky and Buddy Blue on Rainbow Bright as well.
Gee, Murky, it's spring! And look, you and me are voiced on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Murky!
Of course we are, you rutabaga brain! The next 4 episodes is a 4-part story called The Eye of Sarnoth, which involves 3 fragments that fell towards Earth from an alien spacecraft. The alien pilot tells the Turtles when they are joined, the possessor will have power undreamed of.
Undreamed of power. I like the sound of that.
To locate them, the alien gives the Turtles a crystal converger to track the energy from each fragment, and they must hurry before they fall into the wrong hands for someone hiding behind the bushes who has heard this conversation. Who else but none other than...
Old Frying Pan Face!
Am I right, folks? The Turtles track down the first fragment located at the dock until Shredder comes in and takes it away from them, and discovers what kind of power it has. He discovers it has the power to shrink things, which is sort of a reference to the Incredible Shrinking Man. I do remember an episode of Inspector Gadget that has that reference. In Part 2, Shredder uses the fragment which gives an extra power to some green stuff, creating a mutated spore, transforming itself into a brightly colorful piranha plant-like monster right out of Super Mario Bros. With multiple eyes. In Part 3, Shredder finds the second fragment and heads to a high-tech lab, hooking it up to a computer bringing out an artificial intelligence named Omnis, who looks like Andross from Star Fox on Super Nintendo. His name stands for Omnipotent Multi-Process Nexus Sub-Universal Sentient. He sends out energy through electrical wires throughout the city, bringing machines to life, causing them to attack the human citizens and the boys in green as well. Now, where have I heard that before? Having machines attacking people, it sounds rather familiar. Anyway, Mega Man and Rush head towards the city where the people are being attacked by killer household appliances and other mechanical devices. It not only connects Mother Brain's brain to people's minds, but also connects her to any machine it touches. Controlling machines, eh? Yeah, you get the picture, even though this was before these two shows were made. Now we move on to Part 4. Shredder gets to the third and last fragment of the Eye of Sarnoth. He brings them all together and harnesses the greatest power undreamed of until he loses the helmet due to his clumsiness. A nerdy-type character named Blodgett gets a hold of it, then Baxter Stockman steals the helmet and harnessing its power, also betraying Shredder. This totally ends the 4-part story of the Eye of Sarnoth, and it did not end well. It didn't. Case of the Killer Pizzas. Rocksteady and Bebop return from their absence and features the only appearance of the pizza monsters who are later seen in the Turtles in Time video games. Also, the fight scene with the Turtles and Shredder in the kitchen in this episode was dull, lame, pointless, stupid, and pathetically weak! This is the reason why I hate this show, because of what they did after the first season, aka the first 5 episodes. Enter the Fly. Bebop and Rocksteady come back to Earth. Whoop-de-damn frickin' do. Then, Baxter gets executed for failing but ends up being a fly, goes back to Earth and gets revenge on the Turtles and Shredder.
Revenge! I must have revenge against my enemy!
You know, this was a rather lame episode. I mean, April getting poisoned by a plant. It reminds me of an episode of Super Mario Bros. Super Show where Mario got bitten by a snake, and the only way to cure him is by making a pizza. Cause, like I said, the plots are not very good, and they're weak. Invasion of the Punk Frogs. This is where the Punk Frogs make their appearance. Due to a terrible storm in Dimension X, the canister of mutagen Shredder wanted sent by Krang ended up in Florida, thus mutating the frogs. Shredder then names them after dictators, just like the Turtles were named after Renaissance painters. You know what, I don't feel like talking about a few more episodes of this abysmal season, because if I do, I swear I will go completely insane. I'd rather watch TMNT 3, the movie, instead, or better yet, the next mutation. There was also an episode where Splinter wanted to become human once again, plus a very funny scene with Shredder contacting Krang, and you know exactly which one I'm talking about. Here it is, folks.
You got me out of the shower!
I couldn't help but laugh as a kid when I saw this scene, which is a rather bizarre line in this episode. Well, this wraps up a couple episodes of the Abysmal Season 2. Thank God I'm done talking about it, but don't go away, my Cowabunga companions. Stay tuned as I talk about the last 3 seasons.